Someone has to lead. With whatever scenario you find yourself in life, if you have been paying attention, you may have noticed that without any form of strong leadership, humans will tend to devolve into their animalistic nature. And this can look like, for example, just chasing those raw dopamine chasing pleasures. If you don't have a strong leader in your life, then you can easily find yourself astray and falling off track, not making the progress that you want to be making, not waking up on time, not disciplining yourself to work out. Whatever you need to be doing, the whole nine, all the shit that you need to be doing, it's a lot harder to do when you have no form of leadership. And what I'm noticing now, and the reason why I want to speak about this topic today, I've noticed that I have a longing for someone else to take the lead. Because I just really would like a strong figure to size me up and just be like, all right, like I want you to be doing X, Y, and Z so you can get to your goals A, B, and C. Like, and someone just to tell me like, what the fuck are you doing? Chasing dopamine hits all day when you should be working on respecting yourself through daily action, through daily self-investment processes. And you know, it really sucks to realize, but it's also very important to realize, is that if there's no one around you that's really pushing you to be more disciplined or whatever, that should be your indicator that it is you then. You are the one that has to step up and take the reins and be the leader for yourself and for your people. You have to set the example for the people around you because nobody else is taking that torch. And the sooner you can consciously make this decision, the better off you'll be. It's really shitty to see yourself, to find yourself in that situation, but it's better to just bite the bullet and take the responsibility and become the leader that you need to be and your people need you to be, rather than using your the lack of leadership in your life as an excuse to succumb to mediocrity, to succumb to chasing and indulging in your vices, rather than chasing your best life by putting copious amounts of volume, effort, time into your self-investment processes that are gonna get you to where the fuck you want to be going with this life, for you to actualize your life purpose. And so I'm noticing now, like, fuck, like, once again, I have to lead. I have to be the leader of this shit. And I also think about as well, just for myself, hiring a life coach, just for that additional focus on me, for a professional to take a look at my life and say like, all right, how the fuck are you going to actualize your passion? Like someone to just really keep me accountable. That's another thing. That's another very useful technique as well in a life coach, just even just for the perspective of someone taking a look at your life and is seriously interested in your outcome. So that's something to understand and recognize. This talk was inspired by listening to Wes Watson, where he talks about him in the penitentiary, and he's like, "Oh fuck! Like I'm gonna have to be the one to step up again, because otherwise, these people that are addicted to dope are going to become a liability. People are going to become a liability, and then that's going to be his problem." And so naturally, he had to step up. Otherwise, he would be in more trouble. He would have to catch more time, in the prison sentence, or he would be in a dangerous situation. And when you kind of extrapolate that into just everyday life, with just being around your family, your friends, or whatever people you're physically around and what people take up your time, it's really interesting to notice that if you apply that same thinking, it's like, well, if you do not become a leader, then everyone else is going to become a liability. Maybe not in as extreme as what Wes Watson has experienced with his prison scenario. However, it's really useful to think as well, like how much of a liability your people are if you don't set the standard for how people are able to act around you, set your boundaries. Also, in setting the standard for yourself, and also for the people that you want to keep around you, setting the standard for how you want them to act, how much of a healthy lifestyle you want them to live, such that they can set an example. This morning was actually a very good eye-opener for me, just as far as environment, where I got up in the morning, did a little bit of a morning walk with some stretching, got that morning sunlight in, and I went back in the house and did finished off my stretching there, then went straight into my kettlebell workout, then did my shower, and then I did an hour of reading. Then I came out of my room for just a little bit of a break, and there I see my current roommates both working out. So yeah, it's just the moment I got two people in here, and they're both working out, and it was motivating for me to see that. It was uplifting for me to see that, and I realized, like, even it reminds me of, like, man, if I lived like in a gym where I'm just always seeing people like working out and putting in work, that would I think that would actually improve my attitude and make me want to even work out even more all day and all that stuff. And I think also because I set that standard for myself so much, and they've seen me work out a lot, and because I embody a healthy lifestyle, that's going to naturally rub off onto the other people, especially if they genuinely respect me and look up to me a bit. And so I have to toe the line, and I have to lead by example. I have to lead by doing more reps, having higher integrity, doing even more. And so I just want to cap this all off with just a stark reminder for those that are in those situations where you're not fine, no one's really setting the bar. It's like, all right, fuck, you have to step up, you have to lead. And it sucks that you have to lead, because it's like, fuck, like it's all that work, but better to recognize it and bite that bullet now and take that leadership role, rather than suffering of the demise of having no leadership at all. And I would also like to point to my video on writing manifestos. So especially writing a manifesto that your whole team can get on board with, very important as well. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.